Hi, everybody. It's the Agnihotra lady. We're broadcasting live here today at Shantidee Institute at the Conyers location. And today is World Agnihotra Day. So we're going to get started here in a few minutes. It's not quite 7 o'clock. And we're broadcasting here live, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time here in the United States. So I will just share to a few pages before we get started. And I'm so happy that everybody could join us today. Okay. So happy World Agnihotra Day. Okay. And we're outside. It's a beautiful day. I did some prep work and some little light gardening today earlier. It's beautiful weather. Um, and it's just a good day to be outside. Every day is a good day to be outside. So anyway, I'm going to share to a few pages and let a few people come in. Let me make sure that I have enough fire. Ghee on the fire here behind me. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's not quite 7 o'clock. And we'll be starting here momentarily. Uh-oh. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to give people a few minutes to come in. It's beautiful weather. You can hear the birds singing. Okay, 7 p.m. We started 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Time. Um, and we normally have people that are viewing from all over the world for World Agnihotra Day. Okay. And so it's directly 7 p.m. Eastern Time here in America. We're broadcasting live at Shantidee Institute at the Conyers, Georgia location. If you are nearby here in the Atlanta area, you're welcome to drop by. If you can get here within 10 minutes, and just you can just quietly sit here to the side. We're outside, and you all can't see behind me, but we are going to be doing a tiny adobe structure, building it here to the side of where the meditation circle is out here. And it's not too far from the yoga deck. It's that we're doing the yoga deck as well, but it's a adobe house made out of soil, sand, and straw. And this is one of the ways that you can do some green building without being damaging to our local ecology wherever you live. This is another way we can be living in sync with the planet and not living against the planet. So it's 7:01. I'm going to give a one more minute before we get started, because I know some people are tuning in from other places. And let me make sure that I have my phone turned off, and then we'll be able to start with the Vruti mantra and get everything started, okay? So, World Agnihotra Day is normally celebrated on the 12th of March, and it's celebrated from all of us that practice Agnihotra worldwide, okay? And so, just a little bit of background on World Agnihotra Day. Agnihotra was resuscitated from the Vedas from the Paramasagharushi Gajana Maharaj. And Agnihotra is a way to bring about a purification, a profound healing for the entire planet, and for people too. And so this is done at sunrise and sunset. And it's a healing effect where the planet and the solar system interacts with the copper pyramid. We chant Sanskrit mantras in the morning time when those energies, ethers, and electricities are just cascading upon the planet. And then when they're receding at sunset, we repeat a different mantra. And this is the purification process. And so this purification, it heals the pollution that we put upon the planet, all the bad things we've done to the Mother Earth. It cleanses the pathogenic bacteria from the air. It cleanses the water. It puts nutrients back into the soil. So in places where they can't grow food, you're able to be able to grow food and actually nutrient dense food, even more nutrients than organic farming. Because organic farming, you do use chemicals, but in Ayurvedic farming, Homa farming, we just do Agnihotra and we do other homifiers. Agnihotra being the basic homifier, and we don't use any chemicals. Okay, so we just want to get into a talk where we're talking about um, how you can have universal peace for yourself, for the community by performing Agnihotra and also being of service to others. So we're going to jump into the talk. Let me go ahead and get started with the Viruti mantra. Bu swaha, Agnayedam namama bwa swaha, Vayavedam namama swa swaha, Suryayadam namama burva swa swaha, Prajapatiyedam namama. Okay, so this is how we normally open up the talks. And so Ronnie is actually pulling up and he's going to be tending to the fire. So I'm going to give him a moment to come over here because he just pulled up. He was stuck in traffic. And then we will go ahead and jump right into the talk. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. If you're just joining in, we're broadcasting live at Shantidee Institute. I am the Agnihotra lady. Okay, and we're at the Shanti location located in Conyers. We have two locations, one in Tuskegee, Alabama, and then we have our other location at Conyers in Conyers, Georgia. So I'm trying to give Ronnie enough time to step out the vehicle. Here he comes, and then so that way we can get started with the talk. Atlanta traffic is horrible. Okay, it is horrible, and Ronnie lives about I don't know, close to an hour away from me. Longer than that when we have traffic. So yeah, here he comes. So we can go ahead and get started. That was right on time. Hi, Ronnie.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, we're just getting started. Move some of this stuff out your way. Thank you, everyone. Okay, this is Ronnie. You've seen him before. He does a lot of volunteering with Shanti Institute, and we're very grateful for him to join in with what we're doing here at Shanti Institute. So as he tends to the fire, we're going to go ahead and do our talk, okay? So, okay. As I was telling everyone before, giving you a little background on Agnihotra. Agnihotra, World Agnihotra Day, we have millions of people that are performing Agnihotra throughout the world, and we would like to expose people that are not familiar with it as a way to bring peace and tranquility to the community by purifying the atmosphere and cleaning up the pollution. So, we don't want you to get bogged down into hearing all these things on the TV that are actually quite serious with the climate change, the pollution. We have all these wars going on, homelessness, and people on drugs and all this chaos, because we do have a solution. And so on World Agnihotra Day here in 2024, we'd like to remind people that universal peace and people being loving to each other, it is possible, because we offer a solution with Agnihotra. Along with you performing acts of service to each other, this is a way that we can transform the world. And how you transform the world is not something you getting up on top of the mountain, like here we have Stone Mountain in Georgia. Let me climb Stone Mountain and yell to the top of my lungs, I'm here to help. Everyone gather together. We start with the individual first, okay? Because before you can have worldwide peace or statewide peace or community peace, you have to have peace inwardly. And so with Agnihotra, as I was explaining before, this is a way for us to have this purification of the planet. We can restore the atmosphere back to a more clean state. I don't know if you've been seeing these commercials that have been playing, I think on YouTube, where they have these children that are coughing and coughing and coughing. They're coughing their little lungs up, and then the voiceover is, because of pollution, right on from climate change, we have children suffering. So, but it's not just the children suffering; it's everyone suffering. But performing Agnihotra daily is a way to cleanse the air of the pathogenic bacteria, so our children can breathe better, so we can breathe better. We got senior citizens, those with immunocompromised systems that are suffering because of the ravages of pollution. But if you perform Agnihotra, you're performing something that purifies the atmosphere, and it puts your local ecology into balance. Okay, so the effects go 8 miles up, and it's a 2 mile radius. And so this is a way to address these things. If you have breathing problems, if you have problems, other health problems, if you have PTSD, if your children are suffering from behavioral problems, so we have a solution. And so I'm going to outline some things here on, oops, my computer here. Okay, let's make sure it's stable here because the little mechanism down here is a little torn to the side here. So if you see a shaking, that's what's happening there. If it's still going on, no matter what's happening with the computer, we're still giving the message here on World Agnihotra Day, okay, 2024. Okay, so of course, you may hear about different days where you celebrate different things, and so we don't want this just to be a day where, oh, here we're acknowledging Agnihotra, and if you used to do Agnihotra, okay, I'm gonna get back to it, and maybe you do it a few days and then you stop. So we want this to be something that you think of and that you're mindful of every single day. So when we talk about Agnihotra, which is a form of Kriya yoga, yoga is really a lifestyle. So when we talk about Agnihotra, we're talking about yoga. We want you to be in the mindset of purifying the planet, purifying yourself. And this is a daily process, a moment to moment process. So we're talking about daily practicing of Agnihotra, a daily practice of being kind, being forgiving, okay, and getting along with your neighbors, helping to build up your community. So when you talk about purification, we're talking about transformation of yourself, the inner work that many people have talked about across many different philosophies, or people that may have a religious system, or maybe they don't have a religious system, but everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be at peace. Everybody wants to have a warm, cool place to stay. They want to have food. They don't want to have fighting and chaos. They want to have a job where they can earn enough money. Okay. But let's say now that something is lacking one of those areas and you're upset and you're stress filled. Then you have a community of people that are stress filled, not knowing how to deal with the stress. So when we talk about the daily practice of Agnihotra and your practice of yoga, where it be you're doing yoga postures, deep breathing, meditating, we're talking about being mindful that you are a human being, which is the greatest thing on this planet. even greater than AI. They may tell you that AI is greater than a human being. No, 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 no. You are a beautiful divine technology, a spiritual technology housed within this human body. Okay? So we want to remind you who you are and the power that you have and the power that you have to heal other people. So you think about this, the daily practice of Agnihotra will ease the stress from your life, keep you calmer, keep you more aware what's happening in your family, make you more peaceful at your job. And let's say you don't have much money and you're looking for an affordable place to stay, you'll be much more calm. Okay. So that's what we're talking about. So this Agnihotra is a way to deal with stress because stress is causing so much problem in many facets of our lives and in the world. Now, we live here in the United States and we tend to put the emphasis on money. You got to get the money. What do they say all the time to young people? You got to get the bag. You got to get the bag. Which, what is the bag? What do you have in the bag? Well, let me tell you what's a good bag to have. You have your bag of, okay, here, let me pick this piece out of this bag and sprinkle it around like fairy does. Let me sprinkle this kindness out of this bag and sprinkle it around. Oh, here, let me help somebody. Let me be of service. So you pull that out of your bag. So what kind of bag do you have? Do you have a money bag or do you have a spiritual bag? Yeah, you hear the birds back here. They listen, they like that. So we're talking about practical things that you can do every day. So remember, it's not about World Agnihotra Day. It's about Agnihotra that being united in the pyramid when you perform it at sunrise and sunset, and that fire in your body, that fire that transmits that love, that peace, that kindness, that sparkling smile, that joy that you have for life and being of service to people. That is the fire. That is what the Agnihotra fire, that flame represents. And when you are being of service to your neighbor, your co-worker, your someone at your job, and I need to set my alarm for um, Agnihotra. Could you set it the alarm for seven? It's at 7:42, 7 minutes before 7:42. Thank you, Ronnie. I want to make sure we do Agnihotra on time. So um, so let's just talk about um, how nature is the teacher in terms of being of service, because we were talking about being of service to our fellow human beings, our brothers and sisters. We were talking with Dr. Rajamali in India. He's at the Vishwa Foundation, and his grandfather is the Pyramid Sangharushi Gajah Maharaj, and we were talking about being of service to each other. And so it's so important that you understand that being of service to your brothers and sisters, that is an innate thing that's within us. It cannot be suppressed. Because when you look at nature, you look at the brooks and the streams, they carve the path. Okay. So the animals can be drawn to the area to quench their thirst. Okay. And that stream goes into a lake, and then that lake gets bigger. It's a home to the fish. Okay. And then the fish go in there. They have a place to be and to find something to eat. And then that water continues to go on and it carves out the sides of mountains and valleys. So maybe the bear goes to water to get some salmon to eat so he can quench his hunger. Okay, satiate his hunger. So everything is of service to another part of creation when you look at nature. So listen to that again. Everything in nature is of service to another aspect to keep the whole chain going. Okay, that is the innate built-in property of nature. And so we as human beings, as the caretakers, we are here to be of service to each other. Okay. So this is part of taking care of the planet. Part of taking care of the planet is taking care of your brothers and sisters that live on the planet. Okay. You don't do one without the other. They are done together. Okay. So being a service, I'm telling you, it is something that is innate within us. I know some of us may get too busy. Oh, I don't have time for that, or I don't, I really don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with, looking at the headlines and, what can I do? I'm just one person. Well, one person leads to many people. Okay. So we're going to set forth some things that you can do, some practical steps now to be of service while spreading the message of Agnihotra. Okay. So for those of you all that live in communities and you want the community to be close knit, or the community is not quite as close knit as you want it to, but it's, maybe the children are not quite in sync or whatever. So these are some steps that you can do to gather everyone together, teach Agnihotra, as well as building the community and extending that beyond your block where you live. Okay, and this is no matter what kind of neighborhood you live in. So we went to East Cleveland last summer. We're going to go again this summer. Ronnie will be accompanying me, and we've been doing a soil remediation program along there with at the request of Fred, the soil man Richmond, and some other people in the community that want us to come there and do soil remediation. So Agnihotra is being performed there, led by Fred Richmond, and we're going to go back again this summer to continue the soil remediation program. And so, as we were discussing with Fred and other people that do Agnihotra, what you can do to get the community involved is to create various activities surrounding the fire, this special fire, this holy fire. Okay, so this fire, this Agnihotra fire, will heal entire communities and neighborhoods. So let's just say you show it to one or two people in the neighborhood and say, hey, let's have this experience together, and they feel good. They see that they're breathing better. Oh, they know that they can use the ash from this fire as a way to grow some healthy food. So maybe you will have one event where you have a community garden that's being set up and being maintained, and that can be maintained throughout the week. And let's say you have some stressed out pregnant women or even single mothers. You can create an event where it's like a mother wellness event where you're lighting the fire, and you can do another fire, which we call the full moon Chamakai um, mantra fire, and you can have the women sit there, chant the mantra for an hour. While you can have a brief talk before, and have them sit there. And this is a very calming thing. Okay. So that's another event that you can have. And then another thing you can do, let's say that there's a lot of pollution in your neighborhood, people throwing trash around. You don't like the way it's looking. So you can have a neighborhood cleanup event, talk about Agnihotra, have a fire going, organize the children and everybody to do cleanup with plastic bags, and get a recycling program going there and really cleaning up the things. And even in the midst of that, as you're cleaning up at the conclusion of cleaning up, you can say, hey kids, let's now um, try to um, identify some flowers, some insects, and things like that. So now, if you're a teacher in that neighborhood, you can make that into like a science outdoor project where the kids are getting involved. So you can even do that as a separate event, and teach the Agnihotra and say, hey, Agnihotra is a way, it's cleansing up the environment, the community. And look, now you can see that the insects, the flora, fauna, the flowers, everything is flourishing. And these things are measurable. So, what we suggest, any of these events where you're presenting the fire, whether it be a gardening event, an event for the mothers, or having a talking circle with children or married couples, anything like that, you keep a notebook and you see the effects in the atmosphere, in the community, in your individual self. Keep it, try it for 2 weeks. So that way, the experience, and you can share that experience with your neighborhood. So that is one way for those that are um, looking to connect and do this more on the community neighborhood level. If you're not shy and you like to meet people and you want to engage in that way. Okay, so that is the main way, because a lot of the events that we do, we're doing what we got this Saturday. We're doing the homeless outreach. We have also in a few weeks we got, and of course you can't see behind me. We have all this dirt out here and stones and things like that, so we can do the Adobe tiny house building. So tiny house building, everyone wants to have a tiny house or a earth, a straw bale house and these things. So this is a way for us to present Agnihotra here at Shantidee Institute at the Conyers location, and then talk about here's a solution. If you want to build like a shed, or you need an extra place that your mother needs to move in because she's not feeling good, you can build this tiny house made out of sand, soil, and straw with pretty much no money or little money. Okay, and you're using natural things from the environment. So do you understand that there are different ways you can engage? So these are some of the things that we are doing here at Shantidee Institute. Okay, and you can implement this on even on the smallest scale. Our location here in Conyers is less than 1 acre, but I mean, when people come here, they're so surprised. I have stuff on the side yard. There's stuff in the backyard. We have a small garden back here. I have a laptop set up here, I'm not going to be able to walk around and show you, but I have a lot of stuff going on here in this little tiny area. We have 13 acres at the Tuskegee location, but the whole point is you don't need much space. And if you don't have a lot of space, even if you can do planter pots and things like that, if you want to do something within the garden space. But these are some ideas. Now, let's say you're an introvert, or you don't know how to do this in a community or neighborhood setting. We have some advice for you too. Okay, we have solutions for any which way. And if you have other ideas or you need help with other things, free feel to message me, or send me an email or anything like that, because we are about solutions here on World Agnihotra Day 2024. So if you are an introvert, or you say you really don't have time to do a weekly neighborhood event or a community event, and I talked about this the other day with Ronnie, and he loved the idea. So we are saying that you can do a 1-day, 1-person challenge. A 1-person challenge. Now you're saying, what is that, Agnihotra lady? Well, the 1-person challenge is where you take one person in your neighborhood, your community, or someone at work, or someone at school, or whatever it is, and you treat them nice. You do something for them. You serve them. Remember, we are to be of service. So you take that one person and maybe you buy them lunch one day, or you bring them lunch, or you mow their yard, or they need some clothes, or you're helping them with their resume. You help them to get a new job. It doesn't have to always be monetary, but you're investing your time. You're being of service to that person. Maybe they need help with menu planning because they're diabetic or have a heart problem. Maybe you show them how to show them which herbs to take to address these things nutritionally. Maybe you meditate with them. So if you take one person, we only saying one person, the 1-person challenge. For you introverts or you people that think you don't have time, take one person, you do something nice for them just on one day. And what you will find is that person will call you up, and one day will turn into 2 days or whatever it is, and you'll continually help that person. As that person gets better, as they get healthier, let's say they were depressed and now you see that they're happier, then you give them the same instructions and say, hey, why don't you do the 1-person challenge? And they say, well, what is that? And you tell them, choose one person. Even if they don't have a lot of money or, not a lot of resources, you say, hey, choose one person to be of service to, help them. And they're going, I didn't think I could help somebody. How can I be of service? You smiling can be of service. You helping someone to their car at the grocery store, helping an older person with their yard or clean their house. You'll be surprised how that one person challenge can just turn into a mountain of possibilities for you to shine some light in someone's life. Okay, so that is a way that you help one person turns to two, turns to three, four, six, eight. And this is how you expand into something that becomes more of a movement of peace and universal love. So these are some action steps, okay? And of course, when you're doing these good deeds for the people, you can tell them about the fire, do the fire with them, and things like that too. So these are things that are the inner work that you can do to be of service every single day. You don't have to do it for the whole neighborhood, but when you do it for yourself, okay, being a caretaker of your body, being of service to your body, eating healthy food, you're doing your deep breathing, your yoga, you're meditating, you're doing Agnihotra, then you become fortified. You become strong like a mountain. Okay. And then you rub off on your children, on your parents, on your coworkers. So you become of service to everyone around you. And then with the one person challenge, then this is how we can build an entire neighborhood or a community or a workplace to be strong, beautiful, um, stewards of universal love. So we don't want to make this complicated. We always say we keep things simple. Simple is the way. We always say simple is the way. Ronnie's smiling because we talk about this all the time. I always say keep it simple. And a lot of times as humans, we make things so complex when they don't have to be complex. Okay. um Complexity sometimes with there's birds over here moving. It's like they agreed to what I just said. So sometimes as humans, okay, we think so much. We got brilliant minds. We're inventing all these things. uh, we invent these new scientific discoveries, and then we say, oops, we destroyed something by mistake. Oh, we didn't mean to do that. Oh wow, we invented this dynamite. Oops, now people are blowing each other up. Oh, we invented this nuclear bomb. Oh my God, we didn't mean to. You see what I'm saying? So I know everybody was watching the Oppenheimer movie, but I don't know how many people realized before that movie, Oppenheimer, he had regrets from working on the Manhattan Project, because he realized what the Pandora's box he opened, knowing that people were going to be doing these things with very destructive things with nuclear energy. Okay, so you have to understand is that sometimes we make things very complex as humans. We make things very imbalanced. Okay, so we have to understand that we need to follow the laws of nature. Nature, okay, that's a direct reflection of God, our creator, our mother, father, God, and that is the blueprint on how we're supposed to live our lives day to day. So don't make it complicated. Keep it simple, and being of service of others, like I said before, is exactly how nature operates. So, like, we're out here listening to the beautiful sounds. They're tweeting. They're singing their song. That's being of service to us because that makes us smile and happy. Okay. And then often I'm out here meditating and I sing, and I'm singing and chanting to the birds, and the birds are chirping right along with me. So you remember that you are part of nature. Okay. And for women that are watching, it is our nature to nurture. Let me say it again. Women, it is our nature to nurture. And as men, we they work in sync with women to be nurturing the women in the entire family. Okay, so everybody has a place. There's no separation. Okay, we are beautifully divine caretakers. Okay, of all around us. We're not separate. We're all together. This is all one system. What we call this planet Earth. And I know we have this split up into different things, like this is the biology and here's geography, and we have all of this, but the entire planet is one living organism, with us part of that too as humans. So let's just remember there is no separation when you're talking about being of service. The trees service us, they clean our air. Okay, we have insects here. Like we're out here barefoot, like we do all the time. So, like you can't see, but I got wild onion growing everywhere out here. All this little wild onion. Actually, some appeared at Ronnie's feet. And I didn't plant that, but because we take care of the land over here, there's wild onion growing over here. There's plantain. We got blue mist flower back here near the meditation circle. We have uh, oh yeah, we got wild garlic and all kind of stuff, and I also planted some garlic. But I think next time I do a Facebook Live, I'm gonna have to just give you all a tour over here because it's a lot of stuff going on over here. But because of the nurturing that we've done to the land over here, everything is rejoicing. Everything over here is dancing, doing jumping jacks. What's the latest dance that young people do? I don't know. Whatever the dance is, that's what the flowers and the bees and everything are doing. I saw a few bees over here in the garden. Everything was happy. It's like I walked over there and they was like, "Oh, hey, what you doing? Hey, what's up?" That's what everything was saying to me when I went into the garden today. So, so this is the spring of happiness that I was saying that people have when you are service to your brothers and sisters. This is what I'm talking about. Do you want to be happy every day? Okay. Do you want to see people happy every day? This is what we're talking about. And I'm not saying there are not times that you're not going to be upset or a little down, but what I'm saying is when you think of someone else, of their problems and how you can serve them, that brightens them up, and this actually helps you too. It uplifts you up. Okay. So let's stop looking so much at the headlines. Okay. Forget the headlines. Come outside, get you a blanket or chair, and you sit in nature. Close your eyes, meditate, do some deep breathing, and you'll be surprised at what answers come to you for your situation. Check in with your neighbors, talk to people, and see, listen. Sometimes it just takes you just being silent for a few minutes. Like this bird over here is having a good time. So you see what I'm saying? So sometimes we sit out here and we're just quiet, and then ideas come to us. Solutions come into our mind. Bring your children out here in nature. Show them how to garden. And for those that are having the health issues, for sure, you must come outside. Walk barefoot on the ground. The Mother Earth is healing. And you set your intention as you take each breath to be healed, to be of service to your brothers and sisters, to be part of the earth. And remember what's important, to perform Agnihotra, the healing fire that liberates everyone, liberates their thinking, purifies the water, the air, the soil. Let me be part of healing the community. Let me be a partner in the community for peace, love, and tranquility. So, this is something that you ask humbly, sincerely, with every breath you take, every good deed you do, every action. And He's given us the time. So, okay, so do you want to go ahead and prepare the fire? Okay, here are the. So, we're about to get ready for evening Agnihotra. If you have your pyramids there, okay, yeah, you got some. So, this method. Let us. Oh, no, no, you're in a good. Is this one? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. So, you can go ahead and he's preparing the fire. Thank you so much, Ronnie. And then here is the. It's been a while since we've been outside. I know y'all are much happier with me having better lighting. I had to always messing around with the light on the inside. All my windows are small inside the little house here, but it's all good.
You are the light.
We are the light. That's what Ronnie just said. Okay. Oh, you already have mattress back there. Okay. Okay, so we're about to perform evening Agnihotra. For those that are tuned in that don't understand about Agnihotra, this is um the sunset Agnihotra. Okay, so now the energies, ethers, and electricities are receding from the interaction with the sun and the solar system with the copper pyramid. And so Agnihotra is performed in the copper pyramid. We use dried cow dung, we use brown rice and ghee. And so Ronnie is preparing for the evening Agnihotra. So, and let me just double check.
I just checked it, 7:42.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you got it. Okay, so he's preparing. So we do it precisely at sunset. So for those of you all that do not have a pyramid, you can just sit there while the fire is going. Sit still, close your eyes, and usually when the fire goes out, that's when Agnihotra is ended, and you can take all the substances that we have in the pyramid when it burns down. That is called Ayurvedic ash or Ayurvedic charcoal. Oh, hold on. That's okay. I don't have to have. Yeah, my computer, the little arm doesn't.
The hinge.
The hinge is messed up, so I squished down.
Should be good.
Okay.
Should be.
Okay, go ahead and light it so we can be on time for Agnihotra. You got the mattress over there? Okay. Oh, you got it? Ooh, look, all that wild garlic around you. It looks good, doesn't it? We always notice something new every day, okay? That's why we're always laughing and smiling. Okay, so he's about to light, and then we'll say the morning mantra is different from the evening mantra. And I'll try to say it slow. Somebody was asking me to record a mantra for them the other day. They said, "Oh, say it slower, say it slower." So I'm gonna say it, try to say it slow as possible, so you all can hear the pronunciation. Okay. Okay. Is the wind blowing over there a little bit?
So what?
I say, is the wind blowing?
I should be able to get it.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, I thought the wind was blowing. I was gonna cut my hands over there. And so he's gonna add a little ghee and build the fire up, and then we'll chant the mantra right here at sunset. Okay.
7:41.
Okay, we'll just speed it a little bit, and then we'll jump right into it. It needs to be bigger. Okay, another big scoop, and then we need to get started. Okay, one more scoop, and then we'll do it because it needs to be a little bigger. Okay, you got the rice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Agnaye swaha. Agnaye idam namama. Prajapatiye swaha. Prajapatiye idam namama. So that is the end of the evening Agnihotra. And I'm so glad that everyone was able to join this evening. I just wanted to add that there have been scientific studies, formal studies that I can send you links to for anyone that would like to know about the specific effects of the tests they've done on the air quality, the soil. They even have a study that's been done for people that used homotherapy slash Agnihotra for drug therapy. So we do have scientific studies. Most of them have been done in other countries. So there's a scientific aspect to the Agnihotra as well as the spiritual effects. So if you have any questions, you can go to our website, shantivillainstitute.com. That's SHANTI, Villa, VILLA, shantivillainstitute.com. And our email is shantivillainstitute@gmail.com. I'm the Agnihotra lady, and be blessed on this World Agnihotra Day 2024.